Hi my friends, today we model this object which is an orthopedic prosthesis with a special shape which is placed at the head of the femur. You see this is the bone, and which contains this part which comes in the bone, and this head which is placed in the pelvis, as you can see here. The problem is that being an object with a non-geometric shape, the part is difficult to model, as we will see next. The model was measured by hand. You see here the details, but this is the object in two positions. This is what we have to create. And this is my drawing. You see dimensions and other details not usual. I place here numbers 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and so on to 7, 7, because these are sections in the object. That shapes has different dimensions and different placement. You have to understand that the red points are projections of the center point of the part, which is right here in the spherical end. Here is the center point. And when you consider this section, for instance, the projection of the center point is here. This is number 4, 4, and we see here 4, 4 at a distance of 14 from the projection of the center point in the sketch where we place this contour. Let's start. New standard millimeters IPT. Start XY plane. We start with this end of the part with dimensions right here. So we create a circle with a radius of 16.5. Then we draw some lines. One is tangent here. I press the left button and I draw a tangent. The tangent goes somewhere here, then on the vertical with the center point and back up. This is an axis. I trim these entities and I place dimensions. This is an angle of 10 degrees. The distance between the center point to here is 7. I need to place the axis on the center point. This is the center point, as I mentioned before, and there is a distance of 34 between these two points. 34. we have a fully constrained sketch, so we can apply revolve, and we have the first volume of the part. We continue with the first section, section 1-1, which is here 1-1, placed on the center point plane. Good. I select that plane, which is this one, to create a sketch with dimensions 12 on 7. The center point is in the middle. A slot. F7, we see inside, and we go to slot center to center. This is the slot. This dimension is 12. This dimension is 7. And the center is placed on the center point of the object. Finish sketch. The next section is 2-2, and you see it is placed at 27 from this. 2-2, 9.5 on 7. I create a new plane based on this one at 27 with minus 27. We place here our sketch. X is to the right, and we'll be careful with this orientation. Slot up 9.5 with 7. Center on the center. Okay, finish sketch, and I make this sketch not visible. Also the plane visibility. We keep the sketch here. We can keep also this one inside the part. You'll see why. Then we draw a special sketch which contains a number of lines for defining the other sections, 3-3, 4-4, and so on. Take care of this new sketch. I use the plane XY, F7, and I draw sloped lines, as you will see. This is the first. Restart. The next. Restart. Another one. Here. Another one. I want to be parallel with this one, so I start here. I hover on the line, and you see we find the parallel. Restart with a small line, also parallel with this. Good. Now I draw a small line here, a radius of the sphere, which I want to be construction, And I'll use another solution. I don't click here, but right click and construction. It's simpler. I place on this line the center point of the first line. That point is placed at 38.5 from up. 38.5. Then I move this a little. I place the angle of this and this to be 77 degrees. You see these dimensions here. You see 77. You see this 3 section, the dimension of 38.5, and the vertical goes to the midpoint of that line. It is not presented here. The next angle is 8 degrees. 8. I draw a line from this point perpendicular on this other line. I want to obtain the perpendicular, you see. I select this, right click, construction. The dimension is 27. Aligned dimension 27. Again, I move this line. I place the angle of 21 degrees. 21. I also make something special. I place this midpoint on this line. You'll see why. Then I draw another line. It starts from this point and I want to be perpendicular on this. You see the mark, yes? Good. I select this, right click, construction. The length is 37. And I place the midpoint of this line on the perpendicular. We can extend this, no problem. Next parallel is with 6 millimeters here and 98 here. I also place this midpoint on this line, this midpoint on the same line, even if it is not extended here. Now be careful. We see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines, and we see 6 dimensions needed. I don't want to place dimensions to these lines. Why to do this? Because we use them for the plane with sketches. Let's see what is the missing dimension, because I don't see which one is that. Apply, and you see here 53, 103. What is this? Because the other, oh, this was not placed to up. You see, Control Z, and I move this point not in the air but on this. Oh, I have to project this spherical contour to place this line and it here. Now we have 5 lines without lengths and 5 dimensions needed. You don't see here fully constrained mention. You must understand that all these lines were invented and placed by me so that we can still get the general shape of the piece as close to reality as possible. I say this because I only had the approximate dimensions of the piece available from these very pictures. Finish sketch, and let's create a name here because we'll use it many times. Basic. This is the basic sketch, if you don't mind. Sketch. English, not German. Okay. Now, if we take a look at the drawing, we see that the next sketch is this one, placed at 2.5 distance from this face. Okay, but this face has another dimension. 3 is this contour on the bottom face, but up is the other contour. You see, this is the face 3 with this sketch, and up here is another contour which has its dimensions. These dimensions are here. An ellipse with dimensions of 21 on 16, centered in the projection of the center point here. Okay. We create a plane based on this line, and to do this we select angle to plane around edge. Yes, this edge and this plane. We accept 90 degrees and we have this plane. Sketch, F5 to have the same view, and now I hide both this basic and this work plane visibility. We create an ellipse which is aligned with the axis X, with the center in the center of this sketch, projection of the center point, and dimensions of 21 and 16. Finish sketch, extrude, 2.5, and now we can use loft with 3 sketches. One is this one. 2 is the other one. You see, this is not selectable, and the other is the face, this face, you see. Good, but this is not all, because we go to conditions and we select edge with this tangent condition, because we want to have here another angle at 90 degrees to be like the part. Okay. You see, this is the new feature. Now we want to create a cut, this cut, which has dimensions 60 degrees and 13. 60 degrees is from a triangle, equilateral triangle. Okay. We select this face. For a new sketch, we go to polygon with 3 sides. This triangle with this side to be vertical, and we move it somewhere here to place tangent this line with this ellipse, and the same horizontal with the center point, but we don't forget the 13 dimension between these 2 points. Finish sketch. Now we apply extrude with cut of the triangle as a whole. We cannot apply through all because we cut the sphere. So we apply a dimension, for instance 5. We know that this is 2.5, so that this is enough. Okay. Now on this face 3 is this shape 16, 11.5, and tangent to this ellipse created before. Okay, we use this face, we draw a slot, this one, we place dimensions 11, and 11.5. We place this with the center, not with the center. We move the slot here. We make it to contain the center point and to be tangent to the contour. Finish sketch. We hide this sketch because we have to create a new loft, and you saw that we can select sketches from the browser. Next, from this tangent is this one with a distance of 14 on the plane 4, 4, the section 4, 4, dimensions 11, 11. Okay, we make visible the basic sketch, and this is the new edge or axis to be used with plane, angle to plane around edge, this edge, and 90 degrees from XY plane. Okay, new sketch, F5 to go back with a view, and again we hide the basic sketch, we hide the plane, and we create a new slot. This is the new slot. Dimensions, this is 11, and that the other dimension is also 11. We place this axis aligned with this projection, but it is not horizontal. I make it horizontal by selecting, as you can see. The distance is 14. Between what? Between this center point and this projection of the center point. 14. Finish sketch, hide, now we continue with after 4 4 is 5 5 5 5 has this 6 and 8, 39 from the projection of the center point in the plane 5 5. We make visible the basic sketch, and this is the new edge to be used. Plane, angle to plane around edge or axis, 90 degrees. Sketch in this plane, F5, and we hide the basic sketch and also the work plane. So this point is important. Another slot aligned with the X axis, and dimensions, as I said, 6 on 8. This is 6 and this is 8. I align this with the projected point and a dimension of 39 between this 39. Now you see what we have here. This center point is projected here, and we apply 39 from that point. Finish sketch, hide this, and go ahead. The sketch 6 6 is here, and the dimensions are 6 on 5 with 41 from the projection of the center point. Basic sketch visibility, we select this line. Now for a new plane, angle to plane around edge. This is the edge or axis, 90 degrees, we accept, and we create a new sketch right here, F5. We hide the work plane and the basic sketch to have room for our new sketch. You see again that this plane contains a point projected from the center point of the part. Slot aligned with X axis with small dimensions, 6 on 5. Alignment of this line with the projection of the center point and the distance of 41. Finish sketch, hide, and we go further. Now we apply loft with this face, but you see we have two closed contours. We have to edit this to eliminate at least one component of this external contour. We apply visibility, double click on it, and this is sufficient to be construction. Now we don't have two closed contours. Again, loft, this sketch, next one, next one, next one. You see the nice future feature. Okay, very good. The last sketch in this series is this one. This tiny face, the 7-7 section. 2 on 1 ellipse. We have that last line in this sketch, and we can apply this 6, but it is not necessary. I apply Ctrl Z and we create a new plane at a distance of 6 with plus 6. Okay, and this sketch, this plane is for a new sketch, F7, an ellipse. But I have to project here that face. Project this face to have the center. I draw a line here I make everything as construction, and I create an ellipse centered in this midpoint. It is a small sketch here. Dimensions are 1 and 2. Finish sketch. Loft this sketch and this face. But again, we apply conditions by using this tangent condition, because we want to have here a continuity of the shape. This last sketch, the plane and the sketch was consumed. Very nice. There are some fillets to be added. You see radius 2, radius 2 and 0.5. We apply this fillet. 2 is by default, plus this with 0.5. Okay. Now comparing with the original created by me, I see that this is larger than this. There is a mistake here. Let me see. This is this sketch. Double click and you see this is 11.5 with 16. 3. This 3. 16, yes? And here is 11. Double click, 16. Good. Finish sketch. And now is the same with the other, yes? Okay, that was a problem, but we work with a parametric system, Inventor, and we can change everything in the past. All we have to do now to finish is this cut. You see, there is a feature here to be like the original on both faces. Good. We create a new plane for a sketch. I select tangent to surface and parallel to plane. Parallel to this plane and tangent to this face. You see, this is the problem here is that this is not a plane face. This is a lofted face, so we cannot work on this face. We work outside and we create that cut with extrude. I select the plane for a new sketch. Now I don't need the plane. I project this line, this edges, they are edges, and we can take a look to the drawing. You see here the detail. There is an arc here, radius 5, distance of 8, and if you can see, this is a line with a midpoint, and from that midpoint goes this line of 8. On the other end, this is placed in the mid between these two edges, radius 1.5. Here 6.5 is the distance, because this is 40. This is the way to fix positions. And radius 55 and 40. Let's create this contour. We create a new plane by using this option, tangent to surface and parallel to plane. The plane is this one, and tangency is to this contour. You see, we cannot use this face as a base, because this is not a planar face. This is resulting from loft. I create a new sketch here. I hide the plane, and I start with drawing. Project this line, this and this edges. I draw here a line from this point to this point, then a line from here perpendicular with a length of 8 to place a circle and this point with a radius 5. This is a construction line. Good. The other circle is somewhere here with a radius of 1.5. Now, be careful. I draw a line, not a circle. I draw a line between these two edges. I place the center of the circle on the center of this line, and I draw a tangent to this circle. I keep pressed the left button, and now I draw a tangent. This is the tangent. Restart. Same operation here. I keep pressed the left button and I go to somewhere. Not parallel, not anything. Then I draw a line between these 2 points. I trim internal arc. I draw a line between the centers. this line is 40 millimeters long, 40, and we place the constraint perpendicular to both. You see? Good. Now I rotate this assembly, but before I place dimension, my friends, this is 6.5. You know this. 6.5. Good. Now I can rotate. You see, I have a freedom here, but I can fix everything by drawing two arcs. This is one with a radius of 40, which is tangent to both, my friends. Tangent to circle, tangent to this line. The other arc is this one with a radius 55, but it must be in contact with the circle. Not a simple solution, but this is what we have to use. Then tangent here, and I have one dimension needed. That dimension is tangency between these two. That's all. Interesting, isn't it? Now I make construction. I make construction this two, and also this line, only the line. Construction, and we trim this internal arc. Good. Finish sketch, and we have a sketch in the air. We have this dimension of 6 between faces in the middle, so we create a plane based on XY to the left at 6 divided by 2. Then extrude. Extrude with cut to the other direction, ended on this plane. Yes? Okay. Hide this plane, and we apply mirror for the last feature about the plane XY. Okay. Now we have finished the part. Let's see what is the volume of this object. Physical, update, copy, close, drawing, double click, and paste. You see there is almost the same. We use the last value. Okay, then material, which is stainless steel. View, shade it, simple shade it, and now this is the part. If I place this presentation, you see that they are the same, only the light is different. Okay, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.